Buenos días, clase. ¿Cómo están? Espero que ustedes digan muy bien. I hope you all say very good. Estábamos hablando sobre el alfabeto. We were talking about the alphabet. We will continue to talk about the alphabet, and actually, ahora now I'd like to sound out, deletrar algunas palabras en español. I would like to sound out some words in Spanish to see if you can guess the word, la palabra that I'm sounding out in Spanish. This is the first word. H O L A. H O L A. ¿Puedes adivinar? Can you figure it out and guess? The word is hola. Hola. H O L A. Hola. I'm spelling out the word in Spanish. Let's do another one. C O M O. C O M O. C O M O. Como. Como. Recuerdan, remember that the C in Spanish, when we say the letter C, we say se. Como. C-O-M-O. That's spelling it out in Spanish. Let's say the Spanish alphabet together. And actually, this time I'm going to leave out the CH so that I'll just say all of the letters that are similar to the ones in English, but I'll add the ñ. So you will repeat after me. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, A. Actually, I added the double L. That's still very important, so I'm going to include that one. M, N, Ñ, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Muy bien. Vamos a continuar. We're going to continue practicing el alfabeto. I've actually attached the alphabet to this assignment just for you to have and review. And also I want you to, quiero que ustedes practiquen. I want you to practice with our new vocabulary. Practice sounding out the vocabulary word that you'll hear, the words that you'll hear today, hoy, in this lesson. Hoy, today, we are going to talk about nouns, sustantivos en español. Nouns in Spanish still mean, just like in English, a person, the names of people, places, things, or ideas. But in Spanish, we talk about a gender, the gender of a noun, which might sound a little strange to you. But remember that Spanish comes from a very old language called Latin, along with French, Italian, Portuguese, Romanian, and then Spanish. All these 5 languages come from Latin, and so Latin has feminine, what we call feminine and masculine nouns. So in those languages, you will see the same kind of structure. So to understand the gender of a noun, and that's important, and you'll see why when we create our sentences, there are some simple rules, and then there's some ways to figure out genders of nouns. But the rules I'm going to tell you right now, we can kind of count on 80% of the time, and then we have to look at a few other things. When a noun ends in the vowel O, like in globo, which means globe, globo, repite, globo. Remember, the O always sounds like O, never A, because the A sound is for the vowel A. Globo. When a noun ends in O, it is usually masculine. We say usually because, like I say to the students in class, there are some nouns that break the rules. Just like in English, when you have certain rules and you have some nouns, some words that break the rules, same thing in Spanish. So globo is masculine. It ends in O. So nouns that end in O, 80% of the time, I would say, are masculine. When a noun ends in the vowel A, 80% of the time, usually it's feminine. Pluma. Repite, pluma. Pluma. Pluma actually means feather, but we use it also to mean pen. And if you think back a long time ago when people would have quills, feathers, and they would dip it in ink and write, it's the same idea. Pluma. Pluma. Notice the U never says a or you. It says u, like two O's in English. Always, it'll say u. Pluma. When a noun ends in A, 80% of the time, it is usually feminine. Now, some nouns, the meaning of the word will indicate the gender. For example, the word señor means Mr., so we know this word is masculine because it's referring to the meaning of it, meaning Mr., or Lord is referring to male. Same idea with señora. Señora ends in an A. That's a clue that it's feminine, but we also know it's feminine because it means Mrs. Okay, so sometimes the meaning of the word will indicate the gender, which in that sense, señor, Mr., señora, Mrs. So señor would be masculine, señora would be feminine. Then there's some nouns that don't follow a particular rule, and so you have to learn, look for other clues, and you'll have to memorize that, oh, this noun is masculine or this noun is feminine. But a sure way to know if a noun is masculine is to look at what's in front of it. Notice here, this is called, you'll see this is a little word, el. Repite, el. Now remember when I talked about accents? This doesn't have an accent on it. El without the accent means the. El with an accent means he. So that's why that accent's important, and you have to remember, if you're talking about the, leave it off. So a surefire way to know if a noun is masculine, it will use the el article. So if you see el globo, you'll know this noun is masculine because 100% of the time, if there's an el in front of it, it's masculine. Now there's some rules. The reason why we have to look at that definite article, and I'm going to talk more about that definite article in a moment, there are some words that break the rule. For example, if you look at this word up here, dia, and I'll write it out on my board. Dia ends in an A. So we would think, oh, that noun, day, dia, repite, dia, is feminine. It's not. this is actually a masculine word. We would say el día. So, this is a word that breaks the rule. Another word that breaks the rule is this word mano. Mano in Spanish means hand. It ends in an O. So we would think that this noun, mano, would be masculine, but it's not. It's feminine. La mano. La mano. So this is another word that breaks the rule. So we have to look at that definite article. Now, you might be thinking, what's a definite article? Well, you actually have one in the English language. A definite article, let's look. In English, you have one. It's the word the. The marker. When I use a definite article, I'm talking about a specific noun. The marker. Not a marker, the marker. So you have one in the English language. In Spanish, we have 4 ways to say the. El, if the noun is singular, meaning one, and it's masculine. La, if the noun is feminine and singular, meaning you have just one of it. Los, if the noun is masculine and you have more than one, meaning it's plural. And las, if the noun is feminine and plural, meaning more than one. El, la, los, las. El is masculine singular, los masculine plural. La feminine singular, las feminine plural. Now that seems like a lot, but you will start to get the hang of it really quickly when we look at our vocabulary. So, I'm going to actually attach this lesson will be a Google slide of all of your classroom objects, which will be our vocabulary for this lesson. But I'm going to review the words right now, and we can look at the if it's masculine or feminine. So, repite, el globo, el globo. Is this word masculine or feminine? Masculine. It's a masculine noun. We see it ends in an O, but more importantly, it has that definite article, el. And little boys and girls in Spanish-speaking countries, when they learn words, they'll learn that el or la in front of it as a part of the word. They'll learn the whole thing, el globo. So they naturally will know that definite article. Well, in English, you only have the, so you won't learn the globe, the wall, the door. You'll just say globe, wall, door. But in Spanish, the children will learn that little article in front of the word, and it will help. El globo. La pluma. Repite, la pluma. Feminine or masculine? Feminine. And remember, la pluma means pen. La silla. La silla. Repite, la silla. La silla means chair. Feminine or masculine? Feminine. El libro. El libro. Repite, el libro. Feminine or masculine? Masculine. Remember, el means it's masculine. It's a masculine noun. La, feminine noun. La ventana. Repite, la ventana. La ventana. Feminine or masculine? Feminine. It means window. La ventana. El marcador. El marcador. Repite, el marcador. Feminine or masculine? Masculine. Marcador means marker. Notice there's no O or A at the end, so this article is really important because it will help us figure out if the noun is feminine or masculine. La goma. La goma. In Spanish, we use this word to mean eraser. And sometimes you might hear people say goma for a tire or rubber, so they'll call a tire on a car una goma. So, but children will also use, for the little pink eraser that we used to erase, they will call it goma too. La goma. Repite, la goma. Feminine or masculine? Feminine. El papel. El papel. Feminine or masculine? Masculine. Again, ends in an L, so we really need to look at that definite article. Papel means paper. El lápiz. El lápiz. Repite, el lápiz. Feminine or masculine? Masculine. It ends in a Z, so it's helpful to know the definite article. El borrador. El borrador. Repite, el borrador. Borrador means eraser. And I think of an eraser, I think like the one I use for my dry eraser. It ends in an R, so it's helpful that we know the definite article. Is it feminine or masculine? Masculine. El reloj. El reloj. Reloj in Spanish means clock, and this word is masculine. La carpeta. La carpeta. Carpeta in Spanish means folder. La carpeta. Feminine noun. La aula. La aula. Aula means classroom. Sometimes you will hear salón, salón de clase. Aula is how we say classroom. Feminine or masculine? Feminine. La regla. La regla. Regla means rule or ruler. We can, when we're looking to measure something. But if I said las reglas de la clase, it would also mean like rules of the classroom. And it's feminine. La mochila. La mochila. Mochila means backpack. La mochila. Feminine. La mesa. Repite, la mesa. Mesa means table, and it's feminine. El sacapuntas. El sacapuntas. Sacapuntas is a pencil sharpener. Notice it has an AS at the end, and you're thinking feminine, but it's actually masculine, and it's masculine singular. We'll talk about plurals in a moment. So this breaks the rule twice. El mapa. El mapa. Feminine or masculine? Masculine. It does have an L in front of it, and remember, this is the way that we really know if it's feminine or masculine. But it breaks the rule because it ends in an A. So it looks like it's feminine, but it's actually masculine. Mapa means map. Las tijeras. Las tijeras. Repite, las tijeras. Remember, recuerdan that J is like an H sound in Spanish. Las tijeras is always feminine, and here it's plural. El cuaderno. El cuaderno. Feminine or masculine? Masculine. ends in an O, but el is in the front of it. It means notebook. El estuche. El estuche. This is a pencil case. Masculine. El estuche. El escritorio. El escritorio. El escritorio. Masculine, and it means desk. El crayón. El crayón. Crayon means crayon, and it's masculine. For escritorio, you will also hear this other word. I'm going to write out. You will hear this word in some Spanish-speaking countries for desk. El pupitre. El pupitre, which also it means desk, like a student desk. Now, to make a noun plural, I want to talk about that before I finish, and you're going to have an attached assignment with the vocab that I just gave, and you're going to be practicing how do we make these nouns I just said plural. And here's the rule. It's pretty simple. If a noun ends in a vocale, a vowel, let's take the word, I'll write the definite article too, la mesa. If the noun ends in a vowel, to make it plural, we are just going to add an S. And we're going to add an S also to the definite article. And it's going to become las mesas. Repite, las mesas, which just means tables in English. So when a noun ends in a vowel, to make it plural, you just add S. And these rules will be posted in your Google Classroom as well. Let's look at another one that ends in a vowel. I'll take the word el escritorio, desk. To make this word to mean desk in English, I'll just add an S, and then I'll change the L to los. Los escritorios. Remember, L is masculine singular, and it will go to los when it's plural. La is feminine singular, and you will write las to make it plural. So when your noun is plural, your article is plural. In English, we don't make our the plural, but in Spanish, we do. If your noun is plural, your definite article will have to be plural. So, if your noun ends in a vowel, you just add S and change your definite article to the plural form. If your noun ends in a consonant, then you're going to add ES. Let's look at this word, papel. El papel, paper. But now I want to say papers. So I change my el, which will become los. And now I'm going to change papel. I'm going to add that ES. So it becomes papeles. Los papeles. So to make, when a noun ends in a consonant is any letter that's not a vowel. When a noun is a consonant, to make it plural in Spanish, you're going to add ES. When it ends in a vowel, add S. When it ends in a consonant, add ES. Let's do another one. The word for eraser, one of the words for eraser is el borrador. El borrador. Repite, el borrador. What are we going to do to make this word plural? If I wanted to say erasers, if I had more than one, what am I going to add? Well, it ends in a vowel or a consonant. A consonant. So we're going to add es. So first I need to change el to plural, which is los, and then I'm just going to add es at the end of my word. So it becomes los borradores. Los borradores. Repite, los borradores. Muy bien. Now, here's the last rule, which is only tricky with the letter Z. So let's look at the word lápiz. El lápiz. Now, when your word ends in a Z, this is the only word that you'll have a different rule. When it ends in a Z, to make lápiz, pencil, mean more than one pencils, I'm going to have to change some things. First, I'm going to change el to los, and then I'm going to take away that Z and turn it into a C. So watch. I'm going to write it out. So now you see it's not a Z anymore, but C is a consonant, and I'm going to add es. Los lápices. Repite, los lápices. So, when a noun ends in a vowel, to make it plural, add s. Change the definite article from el or la to los or las. When it ends in a consonant, you add es and change the definite article if it's el to los, la to las. When it ends in a Z, like lápiz, you're going to change the Z to a C and add es. And don't forget to change the definite article. So your assignment will be attached to this, this lesson. And for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, you're going to have some vocabulary that you're going to match the English. There's a word bank. You're going to match the Spanish word to the English word. You're going to write that out, and it's in a Google slide. You'll be able to write on it. And then you're going to make each one of them plural. So that's your assignment for today. We will be talking more about sustantivos, nouns. I will talk to you later. Hasta pronto. See you soon.